city to the country. It's Miss Poison Ivy bout it like she off the backboard dunking. Still it's hip hop that we talking at IBNX Atlanta. Check the channel, lock the date and time in your schedule planner. Artists come and get the shine. You know I be getting mine every time I do an interview. It feel like Christmas time. Let her pick my mind. Got the sickest rhyme. Let the people know I grind hard. Got nice bars without the ether flow. Grim Reaper stroke. Poison Ivy through your speakers. Folk IBNX Atlanta sponsor the time that we speaking. Folk connecting you the artists, entrepreneurs, the streets and more. If you ain't talking hip hop, really, what are you speaking for? Crazy.
Another one. We the best music. DJ Khaled.
I don't know if you can take it. No, you wanna see me naked. I wanna be a baby. Spinning in his red just like he came from Maytag. Rocker with it on the brown. When I get like this, I can't be around you. I'm too little to dim down a notch. Cause I can into things that I'm gon' do. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts.
Let's go.
I hope you know I'm for the taking. You know this cookie's for the bag. Kitty, baby, get her things to rest. Cause you done beat it like the 68 Jets. Diamonds are nothing when I'm rockin' with you. Diamonds are nothing when I'm shining with you. Just keep it white and black as if I'm your sister. I'm too hip to hop around, time to hit with you. I know I get wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you.
Hey, what's up? This your girl, Miss Poison Ivy. What the? Easy. Y'all, the mic just decided it wanted to twist and flip and do all kind of crazy stuff. This is your girl, Miss Poison Ivy. You're listening to No Filter Fridays right here on IBNXradio.com.
She ready for these no filters to come out.
I know. I got so much ready. So I have with me the lovely, the chocolatey, I got Indian in my family, so my hair kind of wavy and straight at the same time.
Shut up.
I will give you the people's eyebrow that will give you the business. Wearing none other than a Tupac Shakur shirt.
Greatest rapper alive.
The one and only, oh so jazzy.
Hey.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm here.
Well,
Girl, we survived the hurricane play.
I gotta give Hurricane Irma, cause that trick. So first of all, those who don't follow me on Facebook,
who don't have the privilege,
right? I was without power for 51 hours and 15 minutes.
She was counting
down to the minute.
And you know it was getting bad when she was like, look, I had to pull up on the guy like, what's up?
Listen, I saw the trucks ride. It was to the point where in the 48th hour, the 50th hour, really. It was about the 49th hour.
Okay.
I happened to be riding around just because I was
riding around and getting it
to see who had power and who didn't.
Right.
Everybody had power around my neighborhood except my neighborhood.
Really?
Yes, I was pissed. So then I see one Georgia Power truck going the wrong way.
Was he going the wrong way, or was he on his way to somewhere?
So first I was cussing in the car, and Ace goes, there goes the truck right there. Are you happy? I was like, yeah, because he was headed in the direction of my house, and then he turned the corner. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I was so mad. So then I was like, yo, if we see any more, we stopping. If we got to block them to see what's up.
You pulled up on him like that?
Soon as I saw him, I turned the corner. It was 1,
I
2,
can imagine it.
3, 4. I busted a U in the middle of the street and was like, yo, go. So Ace hopped out, knocked on their window like, what's up? Y'all right in front of our neighborhood. And the power, seriously, he's like, the power is out. I see him pointing. And he's like, going off. So apparently, they made the mistake of thinking that Irma would not hit Georgia the way it did.
Right.
So they had sent some Georgia Power workers down to Florida.
They did.
So they had to wait for Alabama Power to get here to help.
And Alabama got some. They got some, Irma too.
Yeah. So Alabama Power, who is also owned by Georgia Power,
Yeah.
well, owned by the Southern Company, who also owns Georgia Power,
Right.
came through. So they had headquarters set up by my house. I knew that for 24 hours before they got my power on. I'm like, your headquarters right here. Everybody around this mug should be on before anybody else. So needless to say, they finally cut us on, but I lost all the food in my freezer and all the food in my fridge.
I don't want to tell my experience because y'all gonna judge me.
You had a great experience.
I took a nap.
Oh, and I ain't gonna lie. I was living a leisure life.
Oh no, let me finish.
Okay.
I took a nap.
Yes.
And I woke up and my fan was off, but the power was still on. So that means like the power flickered and it came right back on. I was living luxurious while y'all didn't have no power. I was fine.
See, I will say, however, I did have a generator.
Good.
So I kept my phone and my tablet and little stuff going, but it wasn't strong enough for my fridge.
Yeah.
So I was devastated by that. But luckily I started just making shit out the fridge.
Yeah,
Before it went bad. Like we had salads, really good, big bowls of salad.
Let me tell you, the last hurricane before Irma that hit Miami was Wilma, and we ate good. My mama had the little propane hot plate thing, and she was cooking up a storm.
Now, see, that's where I went wrong because I wasn't prepared. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't prepared. I didn't go to the grocery store till Sunday night. So the shelves and everything was bare. It was nothing.
Yeah,
there was nothing. So the neighbors had like grills. One had like a gas deep fryer. They was frying chicken and grilling food. I'm like, these mother. But I'm telling you, talking to people, I got so many ideas for if this happens again.
Jose out there playing right now.
Well, that's what I know, and I'm gonna be ready. And then I also thought about the fact that during the winter, typically, like on my side of town, our power goes out at least once during the winter.
Really?
Yes. And so I'm just about to be prepared. I'm gonna have all kind of stuff stocked up in the house just in case.
And that's just what I'm used to. Like my pantry always has, canned goods in there that I wouldn't eat on the regular, but just in case.
I moved and downsized, like tremendously. So that meant I got rid of like grills and coolers and stuff that now that we went from a 4-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh wow. So
you can imagine the stuff I got rid of. Stuff that would have been in my garage. I got rid of lawnmowers. I was giving shit away.
Right.
So I don't have that stuff. Like, why would I need a grill in an apartment?
And some of them don't even let you grill.
You're not supposed to.
Oh, they gonna have to fight me on that.
Well, clearly my neighbors feel the same way because they be grilling all summer. So Dro is ready for us to get.
Y'all, Dro is back. We haven't had Dro.
Yes.
And I'm not counting, but it's been like a whole month.
Hi, Dro. Look, I got here tonight. I didn't know Dro. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hey everybody, I'm back.
Look, we didn't know Dro was gonna be here. I got it here. I thought I was gonna have to engineer the show before hours. I got here. Dro was here. I said, "What you doing here?"
Right.
I said, "You engineering?" He was like, "Yep." I was like, "All right," and walked on out.
Right.
So we have a drink for the night,
Spirits.
and as usual, and we're gonna introduce our drink for the night, and then go to a quick break. Tonight's drink is called Truly Spiked and Sparkling. And this one is Sicilian Blood Orange.
I like that. I think that we should have a theme tonight, and everything should start with Truly.
So, before we get into that,
see, y'all think when I bring brown liquor here that it's like, oh shit, y'all really gonna turn up the night. But this one here is like she wants to show me out every time, so she has brought extra festivities.
I had to make this week. I had to make up for the chocolate drink that everybody didn't like.
I thought it was all right.
I thought it was all right too, but the fellas was like, "Oh, gross."
Yeah, Curry made it seem like it was death.
Look, Ace took one sip and was like, "This is disgusting."
Dramatic.
And then I was devastated because it was still in the refrigerator.
I still have that watermelon from last week that we will never get again.
I tried to make me a drink but I must have waited too late. The milk was bad.
Oh,
It hadn't even been 24 hours.
yeah.
I was devastated. So we also have shots. Dro, I forgot to give you a shot if you want a shot.
You about that life tonight?
I'll take one after during the break.
Okay.
Okay.
So I am taking a Svedka blue raspberry vodka shot.
And I have Deep Eddy lemon.
So we're gonna take our shots.
Oh gosh,
You want to taste the drink first, the Truly?
we could do that because I might have to chase this lemon.
So we're gonna taste this Truly. I never had it before. Have you had it before?
No, I haven't. I truly have never had it.
It's interesting.
This shit is nasty as hell. What is it?
I tried to be nice and say it was interesting.
Where is the spikiness coming in at?
I don't taste any spike. It tastes like
Sparkling
sparkling
water.
water. Yes, that's what it tastes like.
This is truly disgusting.
But it's not. Hold on.
It tastes like sparkling water with like some kind of.
I thought I failed last week.
Not grapefruit.
This is This is an epic fail.
I thought I failed last week. I truly came out on top.
This like that gas station wine DJ Fantasy brought it with the twist off top. And I'm mad because it's a 6-pack. So we got 3 of them. That means there's 3 more. But the fellas from Topics are still here, so I'm gonna give them one.
You know, whenever we got bad liquor, we pour their cups real heavy.
I don't think they could hear me.
Yeah, no, this is not the business.
Jazz, you gotta drink it.
Where I'm gonna put it? It's nasty.
Drink your shot. It may help.
I should pour the shot in here.
Oh, that might do.
I don't think so, but that was just an idea.
So we got a shot. We're gonna take our shots. See, cheers.
We
to the
need to.
shots.
We need some edge off of this week's topics. Yeah. See, Joe said he was gonna have one on his break, but now he's like, yeah, nah. That truly was a hot ass mess. So.
This is truly disgusting. So we are not endorsing Truly spiked and sparkling at all.
This is like if you went AA, right?
Right. But you want to feel like you still
But
drinking?
you want to feel like you still got a little, it's not going to give you no buzz because this feel like you're going to have to drink at least six packs to feel something. So if you were in Alcoholics Anonymous, I won't tell nobody. You can still get your chip with me because this shit here, you ain't tasted it yet?
Yeah, I tasted.
Oh, it's truly a hot ass mess, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to try to, are you trying to shot in there?
Yeah. I'm about to try some.
Let me taste my shot a little bit.
This only has 5% alcohol. What did you think we were going to do with this?
I didn't read that. I liked that it was called Truly. Because I was like, okay, we could truly be about Truly tonight. So everything has to do with Truly.
Okay, I'm still down with that theme, but...
So that's what I was looking at. I'm like, okay, it's got the old passion, the Sicilian blood orange.
I won't knock you because mine's last week wasn't the business either.
But this is how you get fooled. This is exactly how you get fooled. Because remember, I got fooled with the purple pretty bottle too.
Right.
That wasn't that good.
See, niggas, this is a perfect example why you can't trust these hoes. They can come out with a pretty name and a pretty bottle, look all nice. Then you take a sip and that shit is whack as hell. Okay? This shit is truly a whack. So this just goes to show. Okay, because even the drink that I had last week, that bitch had a damn commercial. I was like, ooh, it was pretty. It had a little cup with pretty icicles in it and stuff. And I was like, hey, this is real deal. And that shit was whack too. So if you truly want to have a good time one night, don't get this Truly drink because you won't.
It actually tastes better.
With it in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dro and I both are having
It's not good.
Do not shake it up.
are having the Svedka
Blueberry.
I'm just trying to mix it around. I'm not gonna shake
Okay,
it
because
hard.
I was like,
It'll be off. No. I'm just trying to mix it around, let some of the vodka seep to the bottom. That's not good either. So the Svedka Blue Raspberry is not good to me. But
I feel like I just licked a lemon. Literally.
that might be what you need to get that down.
YouTube, I apologize. I am making the ugliest faces right now.
Oh my gosh. No, Joe, I can't be with you. Don't taste better. No. So truly, this is truly a disgusting drink.
This is still truly nasty as hell.
I'm truly disappointed in this. But I gotta be honest.
This is club soda.
I truly should have expected this when this shit was only like $6 for the 6-pack.
Oh my God.
But you know what?
Well, the good part about this is next week is my week, and I got to go back to my brown because that vodka wasn't anything last week.
You know what? It's so funny because I started to get some brown shots to go with this.
Oh no!
But I didn't think it would be a good mix, so I stuck with the light.
I don't think it's a mix at this point because this is just sparkling water.
So it's sparkling water and a shot.
I mean, the shot itself too is.
No, actually, it is better. Mine is better.
It doesn't have any gluten. That's truly what's up.
Wait, does your bottle really say it's gluten free?
This one does. It says.
Why do people care about that in their liquor?
I don't know.
When I'm drinking, I don't care if it has gluten. I want to get a beer gut and be fat and not care about none of that.
I just started hearing about gluten-free things like last year. Oh my God, Natasha, that was nasty.
Dang, she had to call my government out. It was bad. When she just said, forget your radio name, I got to call the government.
Eddie.
And not even my government nickname.
I'm sorry. That went down real. That went down truly ridiculously.
That's hilarious. Well, we're going to keep chugging these disgusting drinks down. And I'm going to figure out how to...
You can get a refund.
Dro done took his to the head, so that's over. But we will be right back. Hopefully. Well, maybe not.
Well, what do you have on your list of topics this week? I think we should set the people up to know what they're going to be in for the next 2.5, hour and a half.
First, we must, of course, talk about Young Jock.
We must, because Atlanta just keeps taking the L.
Next, we must talk about...
Kanika Jenkins, for sure.
Kanika Jenkins, yes, definitely. We must talk about this video I saw on the news.
About?
A cell phone theft.
Okay.
Who? And I don't want to give it all away.
Okay. Well, y'all have a tidbit, and that's all that you need.
Because I want to talk to y'all about my class this week.
I heard about it.
And we got a lot. So you're listening to No Filter Fridays right here on IBNX Radio. We'll be right back.
Little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make bloody moves. Now she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. You in the club, just to party, I'm there, I get paid a fee. I be in and out them banks so much, I know they tired of me. Honestly, don't give a fuck about who in front of me. Drop 2 mixtapes in 6 months. What bitch working as hard as me? I don't bother with these hoes. Don't let these hoes bother me. They see pictures, they say goals. Bitch, I'm who they tryna be. Look, I might just chill in some babe. I might just chill with your boo. I might just spill on your babe. My pussy feel like a lake. He wanna swim in his face. I'm like, okay. I let him get what he want. He buy me East and Laurent and a new whip. When I go back to the horse, I got the trunk in the front. I'm the hottest in the street. Know you probably heard of me. Got a bag and fix my teeth. Hope you hoes know it ain't cheap. And I pay my mama bills. I ain't got no time to chill. Think these hoes be mad at me. They baby father wanna can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the store, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make bloody moves. If you a pussy, you get popped. You a goofy, you a op. Don't you come around my way, you can't hang around my block. And I just check my account, turns out I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I put my hand above my hip, I bet you dip, he dip, she dip. I say, I'll get the money and go. This shit is hot like a stove, my pussy glitter is gold. Tell that little bitch play her role, I just a rope and no rolls. I just came up in a rave, I need to fill up the tank. No, I need to fill up the safe. I need to let all these hoes know that none of they niggas is safe. I go to dinner and steaks, only the real can relate. I used to live in the peace, now it's the crib with the gay. Rolly got charms, I like past the place. Hard to let these bitches know, just in case these hoes forgot. I just wanna check the mail, another check from all the shots. That little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the store, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make bloody moves. Bloody moves, bloody moves.
We are back. You're listening to No Filter Fridays right here on IBNXradio.com. And we are still laughing at this disgusting drink. But we are slowly giving them away one bottle at a time. We're down to 2 bottles left, people, and I promise we will be down to none.
Let me tell you, this thing is so close to water. If any of you people in Florida are having a shortage of water at any time, go to your local liquor store, pick up this Truly bottle. You'll be highly hydrated. Truly.
So, speaking of Cardi B.
Cardi.
You know, some more tried to come for Cardi.
Who tried to come for Cardi?
Some more, the comedian.
Oh, some more. Okay, I thought you said some more. What does she have to say about Cardi?
She basically said that, you know, Cardi B wasn't winning. And so...
Winning at what?
Just
because
like,
she's been...
Like, just basically like, one little song, you ain't winning. You know?
Okay.
So Cardi's like, listen, sis. If... I wish I could find her exact quote. That's what I was trying to find. But she basically was like, yo, I moved from the projects to a nice house. Mm-hmm. I got $1 million record deal.
Yeah.
I got one of the #1 songs in the country.
Indeed she does.
I'm nominated for awards. I'm taking care of my family. I'm able to eat. I'm able to do things that they said me as a stripper would never get to do.
Right.
And if that ain't winning, sis, what is?
Let me tell you something. I appreciate Cardi because she's always been honest about what she does, what she do, where she been, where she want to go. But this is me. I am too grown to explain myself and my come up to anybody. And the fact that you watching me and the fact that you're a comedian and you're talking about some rap shit, you in your wrong lane, boo. You're in the wrong lane. So keep your opinions to yourself or keep them amongst the people you know. Don't take to social media to comment on me because I'll mess around and make you my next hit. Period.
And I mean, Cardi was very classy in her response, and that's why I really wish I could find it because honestly,
that's a come up for her too. A hood bitch coming at you on some classy shit.
Yes,
that's a come up for her too. Cause I would have come for you.
No, but you know what? That's the one thing I always said about Cardi. The first time I saw her on Love and Hip Hop, I was like, the first scene, I'll never forget it. It was her and DJ Self in a strip club.
Yeah.
Now she dressed like a stripper, but she's interacting with Self, and I was like, that girl's a star.
Yeah.
And the more they showed her, the more you could tell that that's a part of her, but she's smart.
I think she's very intelligent.
She's smart, And she was doing what she had to do to take care of her family. And at the end of the day, that does not define who the hell she is as a person.
Right.
And I am a person who used to judge strippers harshly. I'm not gonna lie, I did. That's because I was really like a prude and really.
But we're not in that era where you can judge strippers anymore. Like, especially me coming from me, where there's a stripper on every block, come up on every situation. Even Miami stripper Mazzani, she's from Detroit. She blew up at King of Diamonds in Miami. She's on her come up too, and she's not in the limelight like Cardi B is, but she has her own food truck now. She's doing some things in North Carolina now that's really big. You don't have to be a stripper for your entire life. Just because you dropped it low and picked it back up a few times and collected your money at the end of the night, that don't mean that you can't be nothing else, and that don't mean that you can't be successful at it.
And one of the things I've learned is that sometimes the non-strippers be worse out there in the streets than strippers.
Oh, of course.
So you can't judge, a book by its cover. Just because a girl chooses to dance to support her family doesn't define who she is as a person.
But really and truly, it's no different than a dope boy. You know what I'm saying? That's just the route that she decided that she wanted to take to get to where she wanted to go. But again, it's no different from the dope boy. He could have done a million different things, just like how she could have done a million different things. She chose to go on the pole, and that's her business. She did it well. She came up from that, and she's doing different things. It is what it is.
And I don't knock her
at all.
Speaking of strippers.
Yes.
So I saw this ad.
For strippers?
For strippers in Oklahoma City.
Oh, they don't have like strippers. They have like titty bars.
So this one is a special show called Lick Her.
Ooh.
And there are 5 strippers named Seduction.
Oh.
Orgasm.
Oh, yeah.
Sex Toy. Mister.
Oh. Ooh.
And Fantasy.
I'm not calling no stripper Mister if I'm a man.
It's called Lick Her. It's all for females.
They're male strippers?
They are not.
They're female strippers?
Yes. They
for
are
women.
Butch female strippers.
Show me the phone.
Butch female strippers.
Hold the hell on. I will not. I would never.
So these are very butch, very manly female strippers for females.
I would never. For what?
Maybe, if you like a lesbian, that might be what you like. So they're gonna do the male grinding stuff and all that stuff, but still give you the female.
This one has a tattoo above her genitalia that says caution. Caution because you're a part of the epidemic, or caution because no,
she
honestly.
is. I'm actually dissecting this ad. I don't know what the caution is for, but
oh, okay.
So I thought that was an interesting ad, and wish those young ladies from Arkansas, who are invading Oklahoma City, good luck. You want to see Dro?
Let's talk about it. We got some guys in the booth today. So my daddy has always taught me that it doesn't have a face, right? You get what I'm going?
Yeah.
So he's going to bring you this phone, and I want to know, would you hit it?
So this is a group of female strippers who are for
I would love to know.
other females, but
would you hit it or quit it?
Would you hit it or quit it?
Would you break her down or beat her down?
Wait, that could go both ways though, because you could break it down or beat it down.
You right?
So the fellas,
they didn't even answer me.
You didn't hear what they said?
What?
Keith said they still got titties and vagina.
He did.
Yeah,
those are definitely women.
Nah, I don't know what type of program y'all got. That's gonna hurt my fan base. I'm messing on that.
So no, it's just it's a different type of female strip club for females.
That's girl.
Yeah.
They like men.
No, they like women.
No, those ones.
They're lesbians.
They look managed.
That's who they want to be.
The butch lesbians. Oh. So they are the more masculine lesbians, and so they are stripping for other females, but they're supposed to be masculine and kind of manly.
I'll pass
So if
on
you
that.
are a lesbian who likes masculine, manly females, then you could go to this strip club and see them live in Oklahoma City, straight from Arkansas.
I do support gay marriage.
He's so politically correct. I love it.
You know, I would love for your opinion or something. Sit down.
Sure, why not?
And truly have something to drink.
No, I can't say no. Thank you, ladies.
I'm sure you might retract
So
that
I
statement
really
in a
want
minute.
to talk about my class because this was a smooth transition.
We've talked about it. I'm not gonna sit this one out.
Are you? Because I brought my books to them this week
The books that you brought to us.
and more.
You have more.
Yes.
What'd you say about the Truly drink? I know it's truly nasty, isn't it?
What do you think of Truly?
Truly? Oh, the drink.
Yes, Truly. Truly, tell us what you think of Truly.
It's something different. It's okay. It's not bad. I've tasted terrible
Bad.
drinks. Like, I've tasted like certain Four Locos. So like,
What?
I've tasted some
I
bad.
could get down with a Four Loco.
I've never had Four Loko.
What?
Ooh, the fruit punch ones. I'm not gonna lie, it hits you.
Look.
It hits you like it's
Right,
some 40%.
I've never had Four Loko.
You need to get on it. I mean, don't go nowhere, but you know.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, maybe tomorrow night. So, I teach a class called Social Issues and Family Involvement. And it's for future teachers. And I focus on different social issues and things that their kids might be going through in their class and help them navigate how to deal with that and the proper ways to address it as an educator. So last night was our LGBTQ discussion. So I bring books to my class that tend to talk about it. So first I started with adoption. And I read a book called My Two Dads. No, I'm sorry, it was called Two Dads, Simple and Plain. And it's about a kid who is adopted by two guys, an interracial couple, one black, one white, assuming, based on the colors. It's a children's book. And the kid is telling basically how their life is great because they not only have one dad, they have two that can do all the fun stuff the dads do. So it's double the fun. I didn't tell you about this book, Jazz, because I just got it. And the students in my class didn't like it. They didn't like because the kid said, I didn't come from my dad's tummies. I didn't come from a stork or a bunny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm special because they chose me.
Okay.
But they didn't like it. They didn't like the idea of having this children's book available in their class.
Okay.
I read a second book called Mommy, Mama, and Me about a lesbian couple raising a child. And then I read a third book called Daddy, Dada, Daddy, Papa, and Me about a gay male couple raising a child. And one student said she wondered would they be influencing their child.
To be gay.
Yes.
Oh, so what's the question?
What do you think about that? The concept of same-sex parents having children, and do you think they are an influence on that child's sexuality?
I'm going to say this, and even though, again, as a sports person, I just try to stick to the sports, just growing up and seeing different perspectives and just the world changing, I look at it like this. I'm going to first say this. I support gay marriage because it's my thing is, who am I to decide or why should I care what somebody else does in their bedroom?
Right.
I should be more worried about myself. Second, when it comes to the influence, we could say that about anything. We could say that about what we learn in school. If you look at history, you could ask certain communities, any community, not just the black community, the Chinese community, that some of the history that you're maybe learning in American classes could be false or misleading or any of that. So that could be falsely that influencing somebody.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the books, I think people need to be respectful. Like, okay, there's going to be some people in the class that are gay, and that's how they came up. They can relate to it. It's just like movies. There's certain movies, like there's African American movies for a lot of African Americans or other people who like to see those type of stories. So if you don't like it, it's just kind of like, just to me, just keep it to yourself. But the way the world is changing is somebody could look at me and be like, yo, I'm an ugly guy. A girl could say that, and wouldn't that be considered mean? I have a friend, and this is where I'm going with this, because it might not have made sense. I had a friend, he told me, like, when a guy hits on him, that he just curses him out and stuff like that. So I was like, so if you hit on a girl and she curses you out and you feel some type of way, it's the same thing. You could be respectful about it, unless the person touches you. So.
Well, here's the thing that I told them. So I have, I told them, they said they weren't comfortable with putting these types of books on their shelves.
Okay.
So I had another book called My Princess Boy, about a little boy who wears dresses and crowns. I had another one called, I think it's called like Jake's New Dress, about a boy who loved to dress up, and then his mom helps him make a dress that he wears to school.
All influencing this newfound gender what is it, gender?
Fluidity.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
then the last book is called I Am Jazz.
Who?
Oh.
So now,
This nigga transition in the damn book. Oh, yeah.
so now, hold on. My Princess Boy is a true story.
Right.
It's all true.
No, I mean, it's literally, a mother wrote it about her son.
Mm-hmm.
And then I Am Jazz is a true story. And the little
She
girl.
had a TV show.
Yeah, she helped write the book.
Mm-hmm.
So
She or she?
I don't know if Jazz has fully transitioned, because Jazz is still
Young.
a teenager.
Right.
So potentially they're waiting until Jazz goes through puberty to make whatever changes. But
Can we switch the name up?
so for instance with Jazz, well, the one thing I tried to explain to my teachers in the class is, don't let the idea that this boy wants to wear a dress be your focus. You have to shut your adult brain off for a second. So shut it off and listen to what I'm about to say. Okay? Listen.
As you said this, I asked you a question.
Okay, listen to what I'm about to say. Think about crowns. When you see the king's crown, it's usually like that plain gold crown, and it's just kind of plain. But when you see the princess crown, it's got jewels and it's sparkly and hold on, listen to what I'm about to say. And it's shiny and all of that. To a 3 or 4-year-old, they're not caring about, oh, girls wear this or girls wear that, because they have no identity of that until we say it. All they care about is that crown is shiny, and I want to wear that shiny thing. Think about this. They look at girls with dresses. Oh, and that's a pretty dress, and it flows, and when she runs, it waves in the wind, and she twirls, and it's amazing. They don't think about girls wear dresses and boys wear pants until we say it, because we are who create gender identities in children. We are the ones who say, don't do that, boys don't do that, or don't do that, girls don't do that. They don't know until we say it. That's why. You disagree?
I disagree
I
as
totally
well.
disagree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally disagree.
So you feel like children know gender identities before you tell them?
I feel like they definitely, like, some things are innate. Like the key words you were saying there. First of all, one, my son don't know about no other looking crown, because the crowns that my kids grew up seeing, especially my son and other young men around me, was Biggie's crown. That shit the hardest fuck.
Yeah.
So you couldn't show me no princess crown. Oh, what?
But I'm just saying, think about
Because
Biggie went above and beyond.
No, because what you're trying to say is, and I've heard this argument before, is that maybe little boys are attracted to girly things because the girly things are the flashy, flowery, flowy.
I'm just
glittery
putting
type
that out
thing.
there to you
what
to
I'm
think
saying-
like a little boy.
So what I'm saying is this, and this is what me and Joe J are talking about. I grew up with some cats that was like that. As we were younger, you can tell, like, okay, they like playing with dolls a little bit too much. They was a little bit too, associated, a little bit associated to the dresses and everything. While naturally, and this is before somebody had to tell you gender role, naturally, as a boy, you're gonna like dirt and things like that was just a natural thing, right? So they didn't go with the natural thing, seen that. But my whole point is, their minds changed the older they got. Once
think
they
it's a
started,
chemical
once they started
imbalance.
seeing girls, and liking girls,
so listen to this.
and got
so
some
this
girls,
this is what my point
they
is.
was on the basketball.
So this is my point that I was trying to make to them. 2 things, 2 points, okay? Number 1, children have no idea about gender identities until we start to teach them or they start to interact with peers.
But why did they let
Hold
them
on.
do it though?
Listen.
That's the issue.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Listen. Until they start to interact with peers or until they start to be heard from adults. And I say that as a person who was a tomboy. I used to cry every year because I couldn't play on the park football league. I would race in the street with boys with no shoes on. I'm climbing fences and playing in dirt. All the little boy stuff, ripped up jeans because I'm scrubbing my knees and doing all that.
But your mom wouldn't just let you be a boy at a young age.
But the point is, but
like,
that's
I'm talking about be a boy because nowadays they letting folks be other genders.
I said I had 2 points. So my first point was, as a child, I had no idea about gender identities. I just knew what I wanted to do, and it was fun to me. And it wasn't because I had brothers that I was looking up to, which some kids look up to older siblings, and that's why they do what they do. Because I had older sisters. And yes, I looked up to my older sisters, and there were things that they did that I wanted to do as well. However, my natural inclination was to do what the boys were doing. Now, of course, I grew out of that. That's not who I am, all of that. So that's number 1. Number 2, my point was to say, because I grew out of that, I realized that that is too young to allow a child to choose their gender identity.
Thank you. Give it a hand clap for that shit. Cause that's my whole thing about this whole thing. I don't care really about, cause like, prime example, my son, right, 7 years old. The boys still like damn teddy bears.
Okay, you know what? Nothing wrong with that.
I had to come to that damn conclusion. I thought he was gonna grow out of this type of shit. We went to the damn Build-A-Bear with his sister, and she got one. And I'm thinking like, okay, we gonna get you a Transformer. Bop. Now, and he still like those toys too, but he was in there like, I want this.
Where my bear?
I think it was like a Spider-Man, some type of deal, whatever. He's like, I want to put Spider-Man on him. Da, da, da. So I was like, okay, cool. I can accept the part that he wants to make him manly, but he still like that soft because he's still 7. He's still a little soft.
Yeah. But think about this. How many parents are not as observant and understanding as you? Because what a lot of parents would have said is, boys don't need bears. You ain't getting no damn bear. You getting a Transformer. Boys play with Transformers. Girls play with bears. That's a doll.
No, I definitely break it down to him, and I have him explain to me what it is about the teddy bear that he likes.
What did he say?
He has a collection.
Okay.
He has a all the damn teddy bears. I didn't know because when I go over, I guess he puts them up. Because I don't like it.
Because he know. But see, you're not letting him be himself.
No.
He's on the teddy bear.
Let me finish.
He is afraid to be himself around you because he knows what you think he should be doing.
I'm glad I don't have kids.
Let me finish. This is before we had this conversation. Because at that Build-A-Bear, we really had to have a conversation about these teddy bears. Because I was like,
but that makes him self-conscious. And it makes him feel like whatever he's doing is wrong because dad doesn't like it.
No, now he knows. He explained it, so we had a conversation. It's cool. I want to know where he was coming from with, because my whole thing is, if you trying to tell me it's
but I want you to understand.
Nah, because if we come from some soft type of feminine type of place, then we will change that.
You can't change who he naturally is.
No.
But I don't think
it's not a natural thing.
If he was naturally soft, you couldn't change that.
It's not a natural thing. That's something that comes something. Listen, let me tell
you something.
Because I told you, I know dudes who are soft,
and I know you don't agree, but I'm gonna say this.
And then niggas on the basketball, football team.
I got a god brother. My god brother was, hey girl, at 3.
Did he have a father in his household?
He had a father in his household. He had a grandfather.
He had some females encouraging that shit.
No, they did not. They used to try to beat it out of him. I swear to God. And now he is.
I would have to see that then.
He is a grown man. He is gay. That is who he is. He has been that person literally since he could talk. When he was small, I remember because I'm so much older than him. So I remember he would exhibit those mannerisms, and they tried their best to deter him, to push him to boy stuff, made him play sports. He'd be out there,
real talk though,
flailing his arms and everything.
Any kid that's like that though, I don't think it's a nail in the coffin until you're around 16, 17. That's when. That's when you start.
But it's not to say that there's a nail in the coffin. But the thing is,
because you're not gay until you like a dude.
Think about your son.
In my mind, you're not gay until you like a dude.
I agree. Because
my son still likes girls.
But see, that's what I want you to understand is
some people. For real though, some people are just like. Some dudes, like me personally, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just do, like, this thing because, like, I guess it's an out there look. But me, I don't care. I like wearing sweatpants all the time. But some dudes have to be, like, clean, like, showered 3 times a day, fresh cut all the time.
That's fine.
No, I'm just saying, to me, it's like, you know.
But yeah, everyone, like
some
we
people
spoke
are just,
about,
like, extra with it.
Everyone has their own definition of what masculinity is.
Some people might think that's soft.
And that's fine.
But see, what I'm saying to you is,
done.
I get that. I'm not saying, what I'm saying to you is this. Your son recognizes that in your mind, teddy bears might not have been.
Not no more.
Listen,
this
initially,
was the whole thing.
I know, but I just want you to understand. Listen to what I'm about to say, because this is what I was trying to explain to them. In his mind, he equated the fact that his father, might not approve of teddy bears for whatever reason. Okay, so he probably did put those teddy bears up. But the thing is, you were stifling him from being himself.
My thing was I didn't even know he was really doing that though. That's what I'm saying. He picked up on the subconscious when I stopped buying teddy bears.
It wasn't just stuff. It wasn't. I guarantee you, it's something you done said around him.
It was nigga, give me the damn teddy bear and give it to your sister. There's one teddy bear, she get it.
Exactly.
Girls get teddy bears.
But that's what I'm saying.
I know.
So again, before you said that, your son had no gender identity attached to teddy bears.
I just don't agree.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
His son liked teddy bears. He liked girls, but he liked teddy bears. There was no gender assigned to it until you said, give me that teddy bear. Your sister gets it. Girls need teddy bears. That's when it clicked to him, oh, boys aren't supposed to have teddy bears. Dad doesn't like girls to have teddy bears.
Right.
Because mom is probably saying, you can have teddy bears. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know she's saying
so
that shit.
He is associating gender identities with teddy bears because of you. Until you said that, he had no idea there was anything wrong with him liking teddy bears. Okay. That's my point.
I agree.
So my point is, so some of these little boys, they come to school in most daycares up until pre-K. So, and some elementary schools have pre-K. Mm-hmm. So up until pre-K, they have an area called home living or housekeeping.
Right.
That's where they have dress-up clothes, all of that stuff.
That's where mommy and daddy. That's where you play house.
That's where it is.
So listen to what I'm gonna say. The teachers encourage them to go be creative. Explore, be whatever you want to be. Now, you will have some that go put on dresses. And the first thing that said, hold on. As the teacher, it is not our place to tell them, boys don't wear dresses, take that dress off.
You're right. Not in public.
So we do not. And that's what I was telling my class. However, some of the other kids will say, ugh, my daddy said boys don't wear dresses.
Boom.
But their dad is the one who taught them the gender identity.
Out of all
don't wear dresses.
No, but the reality is, so of all the kids that I've helped raise,
boys don't wear dresses.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
That I've helped.
How she breaks it down is, I didn't mean to cut you off. How she breaks it down, that's why I always stay like, I don't like come out and like pull
totally, she's totally right. That's why when my
that's why I don't come out and just like this like
protested on that teddy bear. I was like, well, hold on, let's have this conversation. And now he brings him back out. But
hold on, Keith. I know you remember D4 well. Can y'all hear me?
No.
I can hear you.
Oh, it's probably the speaker. But yeah, I know you remember that era with the snap your finger, do you step with the white tee,
the long white tees
down right here,
looking like dresses.
Really,
I had on pants.
But it don't matter.
Nigga, that's not no fucking dress.
Like ain't nobody big ass.
Okay, so I'm gonna do you one better.
That's not a dress.
I'm gonna do you one better.
Not a dress.
Just FYI. So just let's be clear. First of all, who decided? Don't answer this question. This is a rhetorical question because I'm going to say it and then I'm going to follow it up with a response that I'm going to give myself.
Who identified dresses and things of that to be for girls and who did that? Hold
on. I said, hold on. Let me finish. It's a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Do not answer. I'm going to say something right after I say it.
Because I had the African tribe thing. I know
listen, who decided that dresses are for boys. I mean, for girls and not for boys. And I'll explain why I said that after this break. You're listening to No Filter Fridays right here.
City to the country is Miss Poison Ivy bout it like she off the backboard dunking. Still it's hip hop that we talking at IBNX Atlanta. Check the channel, lock the date and time in your schedule planner. Artists come and get the shine. You know I be getting mine every time I do an interview. It feel like Christmas time. Let her pick my mind. Got the sickest rhyme. Let the people know I grind hard. Got nice bars without the ether flow. Grim Reaper stroke. Poison Ivy through your speakers, folk. IBNX Atlanta sponsor the time that we speaking, folk. Connecting you the artists, entrepreneurs, the streets and more. If you ain't talking hip hop, really, what are you speaking for? Crazy.
Another one. We the best music. DJ Khaled.
I don't know if you could take it. No, you wanna see me naked. I wanna be a baby. Spinning in his red just like he came from Maytag. Rocker with it on the brown. When I get like this, I can't be around you. I'm too little to dim down a notch. Cause I can into things that I'm gon' do. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts.
Let's go.
I hope you know I'm for the taking. You know this cookie's for the bag. Kitty, baby, get her things to rest. Cause you done beat it like the 68 Jets. Diamonds are nothing when I'm rockin' with you. Diamonds are nothing when I'm shining with you. Just keep it white and black as if I'm your sister. I'm too hip to hop around, time to hit with you. I know I get wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you.
Hey, what's up? This your girl, Miss Poison Ivy. What the? Easy. Y'all, the mic just decided it wanted to twist and flip and do all kind of crazy stuff. This is your girl, Miss Poison Ivy. You're listening to No Filter Fridays right here on IBNXradio.com.
She ready for these no filters to come out.
I know. I got so much ready. So I have with me the lovely, the chocolatey, I got Indian in my family, so my hair kind of wavy and straight at the same time.
Shut up.
I will give you the people's eyebrow that will give you the business. Wearing none other than a Tupac Shakur shirt.
Greatest rapper alive.
The one and only, oh so jazzy.
Hey.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm here.
Well,
Girl, we survived the hurricane play.
I gotta give Hurricane Irma, cause that trick. So first of all, those who don't follow me on Facebook,
who don't have the privilege,
right? I was without power for 51 hours and 15 minutes.
She was counting
down to the minute.
And you know it was getting bad when she was like, look, I had to pull up on the guy like, what's up?
Listen, I saw the trucks ride. It was to the point where in the 48th hour, the 50th hour, really. It was about the 49th hour.
Okay.
I happened to be riding around just because I was
riding around and getting it.
Riding around on your own assumptions. But don't. Because I say that because kilts, togas. If you think about Romans, biblical days, they wore dresses and sandals. So makeup, wigs. In Europe during court, they still wear wigs and robes, which are dresses.
Right.
So I say that to say
that the white man
who determined that dresses were for girls and not for boys.
America.
These European.
Why does I want you to understand where I'm coming from, because I do this to my class and it pisses them off. They were so angry last night. They was like, "You gonna get some?" They was like, you are gonna get some angry responses tonight because I make them do a reflection every week about what we talked about. I am playing devil's advocate. So, of course, in this conversation, you'll never know which side I actually agree with. However, I just want to ask these probing questions to get you thinking and going, because at times we think about our own perspective, our own experiences and all of that. That's why I started them off by saying, turn off your adult brain and think like a child. Like Jazz, I know you said...
I've never had to go through that with a child.
And so I say that because I wanted her to say that on air, because here's the thing. You may not have had to go through that with a child, but that doesn't mean they didn't hear it from somebody else.
And that's fine. You're not playing with dresses around me. You're not getting no sparkle shit around me and your boy. It's not happening.
Listen, and I understand what you're saying, because I feel like
MC Hammer wore sparkle pants.
No, look, this is what I'm saying. Some things parents blow out of proportion.
Millions.
Right.
I'm saying some things parents blow out of proportion. Like when that whole thing about the teddy
Prince wore blouses.
and
tight pants.
This is my crew.
And had plenty of bitches.
This is the coup de grace right here, though. In my mind, out of all that shit, though, I really don't care, because you're not gay until the act. Like, you can be as feminine, because I've seen it. One of my best partners, I done seen it happen. Feminine as a mug until we all got to the age we start liking chicks. He's liking chicks too. Got with a chick, and then it just happened that he just straightened up. Also, could have been like any of the other dudes that was like, I like dudes.
Listen, I got a friend right now who's married, and when I tell you,
I don't know. I know what's coming next.
There you go.
y'all don't know what's coming next.
Look, in my book, if I have, like I said, if I have any inclination that you got a little sugar in your tank, you're gay. I don't care if you're married with kids. I don't care. And we spoke about it, and I'll settle with it. Every person has their own identity as what femininity should be and masculinity, and that's fine. In my book, and no, let me tell you, I just found out that Teddy Pendergrass. I just found out that I just found out that Teddy Pendergrass was gay. Like, I am shocked. See,
who told you that?
I had to read about it. Like,
No, he didn't.
the accident that he was in that left him paralyzed, he was in the car with a transgender woman. He is gay. He might have been undercover.
I was gonna say he might have been bisexual, because he
call it what you want. They had bisexuality.
Teddy had bitches too.
Okay, but that's just what it is.
So here's my thing. So I had a friend in college who, God, I hope he's not listening, who was very...
He has sugar in his tank. Say it.
Feminine. Like, to the point where, and I told you all, like, growing up, I was like a tomboy. So in a lot of relationships, the guys I date tend to say that I'm more like the dude than the female. Like, my marriage is probably the first time I'm the female.
Okay.
Like, but normally I'm the dude. Yeah, no, like, my husband doesn't play that. But normally I am like the dude. So my girlfriends, some of my closest girlfriends, are very similar to me in personality. Like, me and Jazz click because we're similar in personality. And I had this one girlfriend. I took my guy friend to her house, and he was like, "Oh, these bathroom towels are so amazing. The way they accent the color of the walls and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, this bedspread." And he was commenting on her decor. And later she was like, kind of gay ass nigga come to somebody's house talking? Because that's how we talk. That's how we think. That's how we are.
But
however,
how did he say it though?
Huh?
How did he? Because see, that's the gay.
How did he say it?
Because
he said it just like I said it. He said, "Oh my gosh, these accent towels are amazing."
Because she could just be like aware. And
yeah, I mean, because I was like, "Damn, girl, you using this shit the fuck? I got the goddamn blue matching the green."
No, first of all, most dudes do not come to a female's house and think about the decor.
I mean, if it's nice, they gonna, there's nothing wrong with it. But
his mom might.
It depends. I ain't gonna lie. It depends, because see, I'm a bachelor, and I know, like, I don't have no kind of taste when it comes to furniture, futon it up.
Well,
but if I see you got some good taste, I'm like, oh shit, okay, girl.
I had already had my own, like, assumptions about him.
You didn't confirm?
Well, I technically did.
He told you put his finger in the butt, huh?
No.
That's the thing.
What?
The girls.
Whoa. No.
I'm not putting that.
I didn't confirm by that. No, sir. I had my assumptions, and two things happened. One time, he was like my party buddy, like who we would go to Buckhead we'd have a good time, and then we lived in the same apartment complex. So it was like he go home, I go home. We good. We would drink before we went to the club, go to the club, drink all night, and then get back and go to each other, go wherever. I go to my house, he go to his.
He wasn't going to his house. He was going to Mike's house.
Oh, Mike. It's always a Mike.
So one night we got really, really drunk. And I wasn't as drunk as he was drunk. So I remember this conversation very well.
Uh-huh.
And this was literally 2001. So you're talking about 16 years ago.
Right.
I remember this conversation. And he said to me that he has been questioning his sexuality.
I wouldn't be surprised with that.
And I wasn't. And he said, now, number one,
That nigga gay.
he always had roommates, which is not unusual for a guy in his teens, early 20s. You know, that's not unusual. However,
he was attracted to all of them.
They were all gay.
And he loved
Ooh,
it.
like, hold on.
Like, out the closet gay.
Okay.
So, no question, they were gay.
Like, I can hear them fucking in the room gay.
Oh.
No, not him and them.
No, I'm talking about, like...
No, but like they would tell you I'm gay. Like I like dudes. This is my boyfriend.
Yeah, and they'd be in the room while
I never heard it, but maybe he did.
And he loved it.
So he told me he had questioned his sexuality and all of this stuff, and I kind of was just like, duh. Like, you know, because me and my homegirl had really come to the conclusion that
he was looking at his face like, no way.
Yeah, but I'm really like, duh.
Right.
Ben thought that since freshman year. We've been out of college a year now, and I thought that years ago.
Right.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it was for him to tell me in his own time. If he wanted to tell me, I wasn't going to judge. So I left it alone. Well, like a year or two after that, I ended up meeting a guy and who went to the same school he went to. And we ended up talking, and he was like, he told me the dorm he used to stay in freshman year. And I said, oh, one of my really good friends stayed in that dorm. He said, who? What's his name? And I told him his name, and he said,
dun, dun, dun.
that gay ass nigga. And I said, what? Why would you say that?
Damn.
And he tells me this story. Now, mind you, my guy friend has told me the same story, but told me a totally different way. So my guy friend told me a story about a night that him and his boys.
I almost did it, girl, but I didn't.
You close. You close. So he tells me about a night that his guy friend, him and his friends, all go out and.
You can truly.
Keith truly asked us, could he drink the last Truly?
And we
you
truly
can have it, and we truly don't care.
I'm truly a gentleman. My mom raised a man.
About that.
He tells me about this night. He goes out with all his guy friends from his college, and you know they're at the club, and he gets really fucked up, which is something he does quite often. Like he is the type that used to get blackout drunk. Like I've carried him out of the club.
Are we talking about the same dude?
Yes.
I have my whole psychology reason as to why he was doing that, but we won't go into that.
You can't say that after I tell this story.
Okay.
So I used to like literally have to he was like 6'2", 6'3". I'm only like 5'5", and so I would have to like carry him out of the club. Like he would be that tore up. So he tells me about this night he gets tore up, and he says how this gay guy tried to take him out of the club, and the guy got him out of the club and had him sitting waiting for a cab. And he said luckily his friends came along and stopped the guy from taking him and got him, and they went home, and that was the end of the story.
Say that ass.
Well, the guy that I met told me a story about that night too. And he said what happened was they all went, and yes, the guy did take him out of the club. And when they got outside, he was sitting on the curb kissing the dude. And that they thought, oh my God, he's so messed up that this dude is taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They grabbed him and pulled him from the dude and took him over where they were standing, waiting for a cab where they were. They look, he had wandered back to where the dude was.
To get some more.
So he said, the dude says, so at that point we was like, well shit, the nigga want to do it. and left him. And so he went home with the dude.
Oh!
And
Hey, look, you got me good because I was thinking, okay, he done walked back, and the only thing in the story was
The kissing? No.
there was a
So
lot
the
more
guy
than that.
told me that no, he went home with the dude that night. He said, I'm going to partially quote him. He said, I'm pretty sure he got bleeped that night. And so when my friend tells me the story like, oh, I'm thinking I might be curious, I'm like, dude.
You already knew, and you was already playing into. Let me tell you,
Gay.
curiosity definitely got
You know
that
the
cat.
I'm gonna tell you the full truth though, right? At the end of the day, it's 2017. So the way these people are evolving and changing, I know what I like, and I'm like how Jansen said. I don't care what you're doing at your house. All I care about are healthy children and healthy relationships.
I love that.
So
I just want
if
people to
you
be
out
true to
here
self.
and you call yourself quote unquote gay or quote unquote bisexual, please let me deal with a woman who doesn't think that it's cool. Because see, some women think it's okay.
Now, here's the thing. So this is where the issue came in my class because the books I was reading to them were all children's books.
Mm-hmm.
Some I had literally pulled off the shelf of another school. And I don't work with that school anymore, so I order my own copies because I know every time I bring them out in my classes, they go crazy. They said they don't feel comfortable having them on the shelves. Now,
I wouldn't either.
think about this. There was a time that black kids would go to schools and there were no books of black people on the shelf.
True.
Stop before you respond. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. Because remember, I'm playing devil's advocate.
You are.
There was a time there was no books of black kids on the shelf. So those black kids would see those books and not see anything that they could identify with. In your class, you could potentially have a kid that has two moms or two dads. They're looking at books with all kinds of families and all of this, and there's nothing they can identify with on that shelf.
Right.
Upon request.
But why do I have to request that you get books that represent my child?
Because like I just said out my mouth. It's
Did
2017.
that other family have to do that?
Yes.
No, they
Yes.
didn't. No, they didn't. They only had those books.
No, like you just said, and this is why I can play it right back. There weren't black books. Black people had to request them.
But what I'm saying to you is, if you go to any class right now, think about this. If you go into any young child class right now, there are books about families. They have moms, they have dads, they have brothers, they have sisters, all of that. Those families do not have to request a damn thing. But why should I? Because it's two moms or it's two dads have to request.
And I guess I feel that way because just last year, me and my daughter's mom had to go to the school and request that Black History be taught in the damn kindergarten because they weren't recognizing Black History Month. And it's 2017, and they did Hispanic Heritage Month because there's a bunch of Spanish people in there. So I'm saying you do have to request certain things that you think is blatant. My whole thing is no pushback. That's why I'm at. In 2017, I'm for you. I don't want nobody to come against you.
I think the point I'm trying to get
out
you to
there.
understand is that
I'm not gonna just put it in the room.
They are
because
wrong.
There might not be no dads.
Okay, but if you know that it exists,
influence these kids to being gay.
So you think, but that's what you don't get. Like,
you can do that.
But no.
You can
Let me
do
tell you
that.
why. No. Because to a 3 or 4 year old, two dads doesn't mean gay. They don't know what the hell that means. They don't know that means they sleep in the same bed or they have sex and all of that.
What it does mean is that it's like a
because to a 3 or 4 year old, they look at that book and they're like, oh.
Are you saying that it's like, oh, we've seen this before in school? Is that what you're trying
No,
to say?
no. What I'm saying is like a catch-22. What I'm gonna say is I already knew you have a rebuttal from what I'm about to say, so that's what I'm gonna be ready
You
for.
don't know.
Yeah, no, I do. I do because what I'm about because I want you to rebuttal because that's the catch-22. You can. Some people are born gay, and I think that's like in my mind. That's a minute percentage. That's like a 1 to 2%. But the other part of it, let me say this and you can rebuttal for the catch-22. You can damn sure influence people to be gay because it's a possibility. It's like as a child, right? If you don't know that black people can't just play basketball and rap, that they can be doctors and lawyers. Now you start saying, oh, let me look into that. Let me see how I can be a doctor and a lawyer. Now you start saying I can put something in somebody's booty hole. Let me check that out. Let me see.
But there's some straight men that's saying that same thing.
What you mean? It's because it's
I can put something in somebody's booty hole.
No.
There's plenty of straight men down for that.
I ain't talking
Oh, they
not?
not?
No, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm talking about putting it in another
I'm
guy's
just saying.
booty hole.
So look. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. I don't think the influence thing at that age is true, and let me tell you why. This is my devil advocate.
Which age group
This
are
is
we
devil's
talking about?
advocate talking about. We're talking about age
Like 3 to 5.
I would say 7 and under.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't agree with that.
7 and under.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
I would say 5 and under. 4
Let
and
me tell you
under.
why. Hold on.
Okay.
2 reasons. Number 1, they have no idea what those people are doing. They just see 2 dads or 2 moms or whatever. Like,
A 6-year-old knows.
Listen.
Yes.
Why do they know? Because they heard somebody say it. They don't just magically one day know.
No.
Facts.
No.
No.
What I'm saying is now because that's when you gotta keep it funky. Yeah, hypothetical, you got real. In the hypothetical
But
sense,
the
yeah,
point,
child's
the,
only
but the
moment.
point I'm trying to
As
get
soon
you
as
to
step
understand.
outside, you see
But
somebody's
listen to what I'm
titties,
about to
like,
say.
on.
Listen to what I'm about to say.
And my son be like, "That's how I know that you good."
This is what I'm trying to say to you. See, you so ridiculous. Nobody else heard that, but I heard that. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's my point. Naturally, they have no idea. However, they are introduced to these things through our words, through our actions, through society, all
That's
of those
the number
things.
one.
So that's the hard part. The hard part is, how do you let them be themselves but still worry about those
But
influences?
That's the key thing. If they're influenced, how much of themselves are really themselves? Because let's check this. And me, naturally, I'm a smart, inquisitive, respectful young dude. You know, I might have some bad ways, but I'm not out here in these streets. When I was influenced to move another way, they was like, "Oh, let's go do this, let's do that." Yeah, I kick somebody doing. That ain't me. I wasn't naturally that way.
But
I
how
was
old were you
influenced.
when you did that?
This was like 12, 13. I was influenced.
But you were older. So that's what I'm saying to you.
No, what I'm saying, I was influenced.
But
And that's
what I'm
Jazz
saying
said.
to you is-
four and under, yes. But by the time you start seeing 6 and 7, it's because it's been so ingrained in society.
And I say this
my
because
son know what be going on. My daughter know what.
but
be
they
going
know
on.
it because of so many other Like, I
Exactly.
remember the first time I heard my niece and her friends talking about lesbians, and they were 6, and I was like, now I know we don't talk about lesbians in front of her. That's some shit she heard from a friend, from somewhere outside, or whatever, and we're looking like, what in the hell? However, the point is, no, we cannot shelter them from outside things they learn, things they hear, all of that. But all we can do is nurture and encourage who they are. And I say that because, again, I speak on myself a lot because I think about who I was at 6 or 7. I was a tomboy.
But that's okay.
Dresses? Hell no.
But that's
I don't want
hypocritical.
no
That's a
dresses.
hypocritical thing. A girl can be a tomboy with not too much pushback, but a boy can't play in
No,
girl.
No,
No.
but I got pushback. They were forcing me to wear dresses and lace socks
I mean, 'cause your
and
mom-
bows and all that shit that I hated.
But what I'm
To the
saying
point
is-
where when I got to high school, I never wore dresses. Ever. I never wore dresses. I wore tennis shoes. I wore jeans. I wore t-shirts. I was a tomboy through and through. It's who I was.
I guess
What got me out of it was I did, because I had been forced to do girl stuff like cheering and all of that. I was always a cheerleader. What got me out of being such a tomboy was one year my mama bought me, y'all better not laugh, some LA Lights.
Cuts a break.
Light up sneakers. And I was like, I'm not wearing those because I was in the 11th grade.
Oh, damn, huh?
Yes, I'm not wearing those. And I relied on my sneakers to be my tomboy. My mom was like, I'm not buying you no more sneakers. So
Either you'll light up.
the only sneakers you got are your cheerleading sneakers, and you know you can't wear them outside of cheerleading. So what you gonna do? So I had to start dressing girly and wearing girl shoes. Cause I was not finna wear them damn light up shoes to school.
but for real though.
That changed me.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That part of it, I think we keep going back to that, and that's not my thing. My thing is actually being gay, actually being attracted to a guy. And my thing is, you can be
But
influenced.
for them
to
that
be
young,
attracted
it's
to a
no
guy.
attraction. They're not even thinking about sex. That's what I want you to
And that's what me and
to
Jazz is saying.
understand.
4 and under, you right? Because once you hit 6 and 7, you start talking about little boyfriend, little girlfriend.
Listen, they talking about it at 3 and 4, but they don't know what it means.
But at 7 and 6, they do.
They
Like,
don't. They don't know what
my
a
son
girlfriend and
said,
boyfriend means.
Daddy,
But
Valentine's
they
Day coming
have
up.
a-
I gotta buy such and such a gift because man, I like her.
Time out.
But they
Time
have
out.
he has a point though, because think about like the whole thing, even with like rap music and stuff like that. A lot of people are saying stuff they don't mean, but then it kind of in a way becomes a part of you. Like you kind of relate to, okay, all this bad habits. That's why a lot of people don't want, people think hip hop is bad for the black community because they think, okay, what my parents saying might be one thing. Even if I don't know what he's saying at the time, it's still in your head.
But
It's
think about the
replaying.
age group. I'm going to give you an example.
No, even young, that could happen.
Today I was in a
Let's see what
class,
Joe has to say because he's dying over there.
and I'm going to tell y'all about this class after Dro. Go, Dro.
Okay, I have 2 things. I have a statement and a question.
A statement and a question.
Is, I was 5, 6 years old. I was actually hunching my cousin at 5 and 6, 4. Like she introduced me to that.
But she introduced you.
How old is
Something.
she?
She was she like 3
Yes,
years older
like
than me.
dry
She was
hump.
like
You were
8,
raped.
9.
Okay.
Yes,
No,
and
so-
something happened to her where she learned that, and she tried that with you. She was continuing something that had already happened to her.
So
That's
what-
not something that naturally clicks.
So what was it in me in kindergarten when I had my first girlfriend?
Listen,
That's-
so let me give you an
girlfriend and boyfriend,
example.
that's completely
So let me
different,
give you an
though.
example.
I knew she
I'm
was
gonna give you an
pretty.
example.
Damn, she
I
was
stood in a pre-K class today. Okay, it's a little boy in this pre-K class, and I'm very clear. If he doesn't change, he is gonna love him some black
The
women.
little white boy.
Little white boy. He's gonna love him some black women. He is in love with me and this other black teacher, and he's 2 black girls. One is like blue black. She is a gorgeous little girl. He is in love with her. And today the teacher said to them, pick a friend in the class and tell them something positive. He jumped right up and went to the one girl we knew he was gonna go to and said, hugged her and said, I love her.
Oh yes.
And went and had a seat. When it was her turn, she got up, went right to him and said, I like your shirt, and hugged him and sat down. Now, they be holding hands every chance they get. Now, these are learned things. They like each other, but they don't know about sex. They don't know about sexuality or any of that stuff.
But some
Right.
things is
Because
just positive.
right after that,
some things is just love.
right after that though, another little girl got up and went to another girl, hugged her and said, I love her. No thought like, oh, this seems like a lesbian thing. No
No.
thought, but that's what I'm telling you, that to
I don't
them
think-
it's innocent. It's
But
not.
that's-
We
but that's-
put,
but
that's,
that's-
why I said, shut your adult brain off.
No,
because
that's why I say 4 and below. Because
No,
once
but
you
I
get to
don't think
7,
any-
you start doing your first little kisses, and I don't.
I had my first kiss at 5.
Okay, so my
Because, and I still remember his name. Corey was fast.
And this is my thing, and this is where we're gonna actually need a full live gay person in here to tell me about their first gay kiss.
But
Because-
everybody is
No,
different.
real talk, because
Everybody is different though,
Because-
so it's not gonna be the same. It's just like asking a heterosexual person about their first sexual experience. It's gonna be different though. Yours may not be like mine, because I'm gonna tell you, mine was amazing. It's a lot of people that say theirs was terrible. Mine was amazing, and dude told me everything that I needed to know for every other dude that came after
Not
him.
the specifics, just like the age and then the feeling before you approached it. Because a lot of times there's only 2 or 3 different feelings before you approach getting that first kiss or getting that first piece
But
of
these kids, this is what I'm trying to tell you, that little kids don't know it's not okay to kiss their friends until somebody says, boys don't kiss boys. Girls don't kiss girls. That's gross. Don't do that.
Well, let me say this. The first time that we
These
addressed
little
this-
boys, these 4 and 5 year olds, I watch them every day. They hug, they kiss, they hold hands.
There's nothing
Little
horrible.
Boys and girls,
Little
yes.
boy- you see little boys kissing other little boys.
Yes, they kiss each other on the cheek and hug each other.
I ain't talking about no kiss on the cheek. I'm talking about a kiss on the mouth, boy kissing other
Well,
little
first of
boy.
all, most
like
kids are taught
sexualize
that
it, though.
most kids by 3 are told that you don't kiss people on the mouth except your parents. So they already know you ain't kissing on the mouth. We adults are the ones who sexualize it, and that's all I'm trying to get y'all to understand is, to them it's not sexual. It is, I like her.
Right.
I like him.
You
For whatever reason.
And to me, that's cool until it gets sexual. And when it gets sexual,
But what
that's
I'm saying
influential.
is, a part of
That's
what turns it
influential.
sexual, part of what turns it sexual is
Influences.
our opinions and influences from the outside.
Not really, because when I was 5 and hunching my cousin,
But she was at the end of the day though, she probably went through something that made her want to do that and influenced you to do that.
Here you go, and Jazz, you're gonna agree with me right here, 100%. This is gonna put the nail in the coffin.
He sounds sure about that.
I'm dead sure about it. This is when you know influences are gonna change your way. Cause you're right, Tasha. You don't know until somebody says something to you about what possibilities are and what the possibilities ain't. Mm-hmm. So if a boy has 2 dads at the house, and now when it's time to play house at recess, his version of playing house is going to hunt another little boy.
Well, definitely.
Because when I played house, I love being a daddy. Like, I already know what daddy gonna do.
Let me tell you something.
You already know what daddy
gonna do. And I'm not gonna say, listen.
Because you play the mama. Like, all right, we're gonna be.
And I'm not gonna lie. Like, growing up, my first kiss was playing house. My first real kiss.
Though.
It was sexual because
playing house is sexual. The first time I get to when they play some house,
my little cousin play house with them.
Now you know the fast little girl is. You always want to play the mama, you fast.
Well, look, I didn't really went along with it because he wanted to kiss me. He was older.
I gotta stop, man. Oh,
I'm just saying this to say.
You was a mama?
Oh my god.
That's how it goes.
Look, I used to be out in the yard making mud pies and everything for my family.
You had 2 moms. Imagine you had 2 moms though. Then you would have been like, oh well, he can't be the daddy. She need to be the daddy.
Not necessarily. There's a little girl who's in one of the classes that I observe. She has 2 moms. Mm-hmm. And one of her moms, and maybe she doesn't think that way because the mom is kind of butch. I don't know. But she understands, and it was. Ooh, I wanted.
How old is the little girl?
She's 5, but I wanted to shake the teacher today because she said families have a mom, a dad, sometimes a brother, sometimes a sister, and that's it. And here's this little girl who has 2 moms that doesn't have a dad.
She should have rose her hand.
She's 5. You know what she did? She dropped her head.
And see, that's the reality of it.
So that's why I say about putting stuff on the shelf that recognizes the children you have in your class.
For my class, when I become a teacher in my afterlife, because I do love kids, I will have books like that. It's gonna be a real I'm gonna cuss the kids out because I don't play with kids like that. That's afterlife. But I won't mind having those kind of books in my class because the reality is that's reality. There are children who have same sex parents.
And to me,
I'm not going to teach my children in my class about it. That's not my role. That's not my perspective to do. But I'm not going to shame and make it feel like, okay, well, mother and father are standard. As long as you're loved and taken care of, that's all reality.
So here's the thing.
It's like sex.
So for instance,
drugs.
right now they're doing a unit on family. Okay, family.
Because you know who the parents are in your class. So like even when you have the PTA, blah blah blah, you find out it's 2 dads. Okay, I'll bring the 2 dad book out. But if everybody has a mom and a dad,
okay, so you're gonna take a role like, okay, you got 1 mom and 1 dad. All right, go 2 dads. All right, here's the book.
No, you find out like you read the roster. But they see it. That's even worse because it's visual picture. My thing is, you see the list.
I almost want to get the books out of my car so you can see them. Because literally, the picture
I guarantee there's some little white kids.
No, but reality is,
one of the parents is biracial. It's a black dad and a white dad.
But this is the thing though. Even cartoons are coming out with things like this now. Cartoons are having same-sex parents.
They are.
Even if we don't put the
Steven Universe. That's the other reason why all these girls is gay. This Steven Universe. Yeah, all the girls thinking it's okay.
Even if we don't put the
Steven Universe.
It's a cartoon. Check it out.
I know. I'm saying who's gay on there.
Have you watched the cartoon?
Oh,
think about the women.
They do have to kiss
ain't no dudes
to
thank you
fuse.
They got the fuse.
Yeah.
It ain't no dudes. Nah, but the one.
Steven's dad.
The only ones. See what's going on with it. That's what I'm saying.
I do see the comparison though that you made with the whole thing with when they were introducing. It's messed up, but you see how you're kind of breaking it down. That's kind of how they did black folks. Like, oh, should we see this or should? Before it was like really pushed hard to be normalized. It was kind of the similar though.
But see,
I feel like those are the conversations behind closed doors.
I get it. I wouldn't necessarily do a poll, but I would pull them out if there is a child in my class.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not against.
There's no reason for it.
I'm not against it per se, but I'm not going to be exposing you to it if it's not like my thing is
that's not my part. That's not my
that's
place.
not my place. Like
Right.
these are people's kids because I know how I feel about my kids, and when my kids find out certain information, I know they come from me or his mother and or their mother, and it came from like other outside sources. I gotta go check the source. Like how do they know about this or how they know about that? I gotta go check the source. Or been a couple situations I had to go check the source and be like, hold on, where did you find this out at? And they had to go check, like, hey, don't be doing, because it's just like anything. You can expose kids to drugs all their life. True. And they grow up being the pothead in school. Because like, my mom and my dad.
Statistically speaking, a lot of same-sex parent household children don't come out gay.
Oh, no, check this. Like I said, I'm not against it. I'm all about healthy relationships and love for that child. I don't know how weird it's going to get when it comes to, because I heard my parents have sex before. So I don't know.
It's so weird. Like, you try not to hear that shit.
I don't know how. I'm
probably embarrassed.
Being in the house.
I used to come into the door and laugh.
Damn, that sounds like two grunting going on.
Thankfully, I've never experienced that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it wasn't like no consistent. It was just like one time. I was just like, hold on.
My parents must have been. My parents must have been quiet lovers.
Or they went to straight sleep.
Nah, they actually played a lot of music, so
see, that was,
you didn't know the difference.
Like Baby Boy, yeah, that music playing.
No, they played music all the time, so you just didn't know.
Right, what was going on?
Yeah, you didn't know. Sometimes the door open and the music playing. Sometimes the door closed, so you just didn't know.
But see, that's my thing, man. It's all, to me, it's all about exposure, influence.
Speaking of exposure and influence. Did y'all see that picture of Young Jock in the dress?
That's no. We're not gonna talk
He's
about
trying to be relevant. That's what Young Jock's trying to be relevant. He's trying to be relevant.
Young Jock is a straight up trick.
He's trying to take advantage.
He said he did this shit for some money.
That's what he's trying to do. He's just being real about it. That's what a lot of people are going to.
But what y'all think about them saying he looked like Fantasia?
Oh,
shut up!
Don't disrespect Fantasia. Don't disrespect Fantasia.
I love Fantasia. I love Keisha Cole. Y'all would not disrespect no women.
How about
and Ashanti?
So I
love Ashanti.
I posted the. We don't talk. We don't talk about her on this show.
Good video.
No, sir. No.
You don't like Ashanti?
No.
Wow.
No.
What happened with that?
We don't talk about Shashanti on this show.
I didn't get the memo before I came back.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. We don't talk about Shashanti on this show.
I think she's bad.
I'll tell you after the show.
I like Cardi B. How about that?
Okay, now you can turn his mic back on. So, no, but I had posted the picture of Young Jock in that dress.
You did.
And they were like, look, I said caption this. The captions were amazing.
Somebody auntie? I let him
they were saying Auntie Jock is chaperoning prom 2017.
Oh, I gotta go.
I'm gonna tell you who Jock look like.
Have you seen the picture?
He like somebody country ass auntie that you done brought to Atlanta for the first time. Like, girl, we finna go downtown. Like,
and they put on that dress like, and you like, you overdressed. Where you thought we was going? To the prom?
He should be ashamed of himself.
Centennial, girl.
He should be ashamed of his. I don't know. He's gonna.
Nah, he not ashamed because he didn't put the damn perm.
He keeps saying, first he said, I permed my hair for a show. Then he said, and it's like, what show? Then now he's like, oh, I'm wearing this dress for a show. What show? When is this show coming out, Jock? It's been over a year. Like, we're waiting for that show that justifies what you're doing to come out.
That's the only way Jock can stay relevant.
I
Exactly.
have a rhetorical question,
he's
and
trying
then we
to
can cut to break on this.
Okay.
Wasn't Jock the same one in the hotel room with Bobby Valentino said he went in there? Go ahead.
Oh, God. I gotta go after that.
Hold on.
You said that?
Wasn't he in the room with Bobby Valentino with the transgender woman? And
you didn't see the video?
That was Scrappy.
Scrappy
too. And Jock
was in the room.
Scrappy said there was just some ugly chicks.
I'm sure he beat one of them down, though.
No. One of the they identified several of the transgenders in the room. So basically, it was a video of Bobby Valentino shortly after the thing came out about Bobby V and the transgender woman. So it's a video of Jock, Bobby Valentino, and Scrappy in a hotel room with a room full of shims. And if you look at it, you can clearly tell they are not females.
Jason, I gotta go.
He really left up out of here.
Jason running.
And so, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go to break on that note. You're listening to No Filter Fridays right here on IBNXradio.com.
Just Blaze. Oh, baby. Killer. All the girls see the. Look at his kicks. Look at his car. All I say is.
Look, mommy, I'm no good, I'm so hood. Clap with your soldiers, sober, then leave after it's over. Killer, I'm not your companion or your man stand. Don't hit me when you wanna get rammed in. I be scrambling with lots of mobsters, shot for lobsters, cops and robbers. Listen, every block is block. But she like the way I diddy bop. You peep that? Make on Maury kicks, plus Chanel ski hat. She want the, so I give her the. Now she screaming out. Yeah, she playing with herself, kid, dig it out, lift her up, Maj, this a fuck, yo, get it out, pick on up. They want the boy, Montana, with guns with bandanas. Listen to my homeboys, Santana.
Fuck with the, I'm telling ya, put a shell in ya. Now we bleeding, get him, call us, he wheezing, he need us, he screaming. Damn, shut up, he snitching, this nigga's bitching, he's twisted. If Fed was listening, damn, I'm in trouble, need bail money. Shit, where the fuck is my? I got trust for my. That's why I fuck with my. That's my nigga. He gon' come get us. He got love for us. That's my.
When he got caught with the, we went to court for the. Just me and my, and we saying, be on the block with the rock of the. When the cops come, squalor. Yeah, this is for the sports cars. Bonitas, Jimmy's, PJ's, old school, 18th at the sports bar. 8 or 9 on the holla at your boy. Killer, holla. Listen, it's the DIP plus the ROC. You'll be DOA. Your moms will say, shit, ain't no stopping them. Guns, we got a lot of them. Matter of fact, guru, start popping them. Then slap up his, clap up his, wrap up his, get them gats. Diplomats are them for the girls in the say.
That nigga I see Cam in this, they say damn. Santana's that squeeze hammers. Cannons and bandanas, blammers, we don't brandish. Blame at your man's canvas, then scream at your man's gambit. And I'm back with my.
Until that man advantage, and we in the Grand Canyon, these kids are grandstanding. Niggas demand ransom over them grand scrambling. Well, fuck it, Van Damme 'em, Cam or blam em. Call up is, I'm down south tanning. Mommy, I got the remedy. Tommy's up at the enemy. Homies and body, but now my body, you feeling finicky. Killer and copper, we chillin' Morocco. For real, we got no chinchillas, though it filled with them hollows, huh? It's the, I said it's the, I'm the killer.
Shit.
We are back. You're listening to No Filter Fridays right here on IBNXradio.com. Thank you for tuning in. We are having some spirited debates tonight. So, Jazz, you want to introduce our next topic?
I mean, this week, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, they have all been playing CSI with this Kanika Jenkins situation. Everyone has had their own speculations on what's happened. People have broken apart that audio and that video so well. It's ridiculous. But what do you feel about it? They finally released the tapes today to show that she was drunk. She came off the elevator. And if you guys don't know who Kanika Jenkins is, some of y'all ain't had no power because Irma came through.
I ain't even heard
Kanika Jenkins is a young lady who was at a hotel party in Chicago.
Black or white?
She's black.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful young lady. She was at a hotel party in Chicago. And between her arriving at the party and early in the morning the next day, they found her body in the freezer at the hotel.
Oh, I did hear about that. They said she walked in there because she was drunk.
They say she walked in there because she was drunk.
First of all,
I don't. Let me get my speculations on that. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she was 19.
Okay.
Young, very young. Too young to be drinking, but I can't. I'm not gonna judge you because I was. But anyway, the reality of the situation is we don't know what happened. No one knows exactly what happened to her. Even her friends who were there don't know. And there's been a plenty of speculations as to what may have went down. But they released the videos, and now they're saying that they think the videos were edited or that they were messed with because it doesn't make any sense. But the reality of it is, if you've ever worked in a restaurant before and had that kind of deep freeze, there's no way, there's no way, without a malfunction at least, that fridge can close behind you. And there's no way that a girl of her size to have opened that fridge alone on her own in a drunken stamper, there's no way for her to have done it. So they don't show the video of her actually walking into the freezer itself, but they do show the video of her walking in a drunken manner into the kitchen that was, I guess, going through renovations or something like that. Mm-hmm. But she's dead, and that's really all that matters.
That's crazy. I'm trying to figure out why, like, I mean, not saying why is all this hoopla, but
that can never happen to any of my friends. Period.
You know, this is what so first of all, there's speculations that the friends set her up.
Whoa.
There is speculation.
To walk into the freezer?
No, at the party.
What happened?
That the friends got $200 to set her up and get her drunk and get her in an uncompromising situation. So that was something.
Pictures.
So that's number one. And then number two, how is it that this hotel has all these cameras seeing this extremely drunk girl stumbling around? She manages to stumble into an elevator, down to where the kitchen is, into a kitchen, into a freezer, and not one person saw her. No security saw her on cameras.
And this is no rinky-dink hotel. Out of all the hotels that I've been through in my life, there are some floors that are just completely unrestricted.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
and the service floor, because this is like on a service floor. The service floor is one of them. You need to like push 2 buttons to get there, or you need to have a key to get there. I don't know what their hotel setup is, but just to me, I just feel like something doesn't seem right.
Now, I will say it can happen because I have been in one of these high-priced hotels. Don't know how we ended up in the kitchen.
But there was somebody who saw you.
Oh, yeah. But
and let's be honest, with the hotels,
15 minutes into it, nigga was like, hey, what y'all doing?
Right, no, but not even that. In hotels, typically, a lot of people don't know, but there is a live camera feed that someone sits there and watches it entire night.
That's what I'm saying. So where was this security person watching this? Did they not see? Because you see the video footage of this girl stumble into an elevator, stumble out of the elevator, stumble down a hall, stumble around a corner. Like, nobody saw that?
I got to watch this video then, because that is crazy. Cause I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, it's like one of them little rinky-dink small hotels. You don't walk from one floor straight to the kitchen.
No, it was a big hotel.
She
got out of the elevator to get to the kitchen.
So she got out. Yeah, there's more to that story.
I think either, and I don't want to place some blame on my, I'm not a whodunit type person, but either the person who was watching the security feed, got a little rambunctious and wanted to go down there and saw an opportunity, or there was someone down there on that floor already, not necessarily waiting for her, but seen her and took an opportunity. I don't know. They haven't released if she was raped. They haven't released if anything happened to her, but what are the odds? And again, this area of the hotel was completely off limits. There was nobody else down there, and it was in a kitchen that's being renovated. So why is the freezer even on?
Why is our shit always so mysterious, man?
I don't know.
Shit be pissing me off sometimes.
So, speaking of that, you remember the case a couple of years ago about the young black boy who was found rolled up in the mat?
Kendrick. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they just released some information towards that, right?
So they are potentially reopening it because a witness has come forward saying,
they are indeed reopening it.
He
knows exactly what happened.
He told what happened. He told how it happened, who did it, and all of that.
Listen, shout out to my old mentor, Rashad Ritchie. 2 years ago, they was on that case. They said they have more witnesses than that. They have people who seen the I guess the other little white boys that they was arguing with because they was mad because Kendrick now got the girlfriend and what happened was Kendrick fought them outside of school, beat them up, and they had mad at school and did that to him, and now they're trying to cover the whole thing up, and people know it's a cover up down there. Like, it's one of those.
Because I think one of the kids' father is like the regional director of the FBI or something like that. And it's crazy how certain people stick together. We have these Blue Life Matters bullshit and all of that, but when it comes to kids, you know what I'm saying, you have to take that relationship perspective out of it because it could have been anybody's kids. And the fact that it keeps happening to kids of color and y'all not putting in any time and effort, because I think they're going to close the case now with this Kendrick girl.
The fact that they try to hit you with the bullshit reason. What they say? He lost his shoe.
And he crawled into the mat. First of all, anybody who's ever seen wrestling mats at a gym know how tight they are rolled up. There's no way he even crawled into that
to fit. Right.
Or how did you? Even if you fell, there's no way the mat could start rolling and roll you up into the middle of it. Like that's bullshit. And then you're beaten to a bloody pulp inside the middle of it.
But no, not just that though. When they went to go and get his body out to do another autopsy, all his organs were gone.
All the organs was gone.
All of them. They were stuffed with rocks and newspaper. And this is the thing. As the black community, they feel like as a whole, we're uneducated. We are all financially unstable, so we don't have the means to seek legal advice and to seek legal assistance when it comes to any kind of situation. Because even today, I got a phone call from my friend, and she was telling me a situation about what was going on. And I said, do you know that's illegal? And she's like, no, I didn't know. And see, that's what happens a lot of times is we don't know. We don't know anybody who does know. We are ignorant because there is means of opportunities to understand and to know, and we don't do that. We don't use our resources, and that's what ignorance is. When the resources are available and you're not using them to better educate yourself. But that's the reality is the ignorance in our community. They feel like we don't have the means to do better.
Is that plus his white supremacy? That shit right there.
I mean, because that's what it boils down to.
Niggas weren't ignorant.
Because at the end of the day, nobody was ignorant to this. They fought this. They fought for that boy. They fought for it to be heard. His family didn't let it rest. They were hiring attorneys. But at the end of the day, those young white boys, their father was an attorney. He was prominent in the city. He was a former FBI agent or something like that. Mm-hmm. Prominent in the city, had connections everywhere, and they were cleaning it up at every turn.
Well, we'll see how they handle this.
And they played out to the statute of limitations. Like that's one thing about.
Oh, there's no statute of limitations for murder.
No, I'm talking about for the bullshit charges they try to hit him with, like all that fighting outside of school and all that, and let them go to college and let them get older and live their lives and think ain't shit gonna happen. No, they did this shit. It's like the other little boy that was hung.
But you hear about so many cases where I heard about a case recently where I want to say it was a young white man hit a black kid, and they were saying,
she can't see who y'all talking about.
Kendrick Johnson,
a young white man.
Are you for real?
Hit a black boy, and the judge says, I'm not gonna give him too much time because I don't want to ruin his life.
Right.
The white boy that got off for affluenza. Being too rich. You heard about that shit?
Oh, yeah. And then he turned right back around and did the shit again.
And the mama tried to run him.
Look at George Zimmerman, though. Come on. Like, it's all a prime example. When you don't let these people who commit crimes do their time for crimes, they come out and do the same shit.
Affluenza. How the fuck are you too rich to know the consequences of your action to serve any jail time? Can any black person qualify for that shit?
No.
Like, could you ever be in front of the judge and be like, look here, judge, I didn't even know I can go to jail for this shit.
No.
Like, I'm too poor.
It makes me think about this Dave Chappelle joke that he told years ago. He's talking about he was with his white friend, and they were speeding, and they were high and drinking, and the cops pulled him over. And the cop says, hey, where are you going? He says, I was looking for whatever. And the cop says, do you know you were speeding? You ran through that red light. And the white guy says, I didn't know I couldn't do that. And the cop says, well, now you know. Get out of here. And Dave said, he looked over at him and said, I didn't know I couldn't do that. And he said the white friend looked at him and laughed and said, I did know I couldn't do that. And drives off.
Right.
But he talks about how, like, even disrespectful the dude was. When the cop pulled up, he playing, we're not gonna take it. Real loud, won't turn his radio down, weed smoke blowing out the car, and the cop just let him go on about his business. And it's like...
See, that's why folks had been in the car with me. We had pulled over, me and my friend a couple weeks ago. Me, her, and her cousin got pulled over. And she just looked at me like, please not tonight. Don't start. Because I know we ain't have shit on us. I was like, nigga, you just pulled us over for no fucking reason. and you walked on my side first. You didn't go to the driver. It's 2 women in the car, but you walk on my side, ask for my ID.
Because you're the threat.
You asked for my ID. You didn't ask for the driver license,
Sir.
Right.
I'm like, I was about to tell her.
threat.
She was like, "Kid, this not tonight." I was like, "All right, I'm good." He came back good.
So what do y'all feel about the people who actually
I'm about to
make that an issue at the time of being pulled over, and then now you have situations.
I'm making an issue.
I do.
I'm making an issue.
Because at the end of the day, you know,
Unless my kids
it's a
don't
scary situation because we've seen recently people who make it an issue can end up dead.
Right.
It's a scary situation.
You see people who don't make it an issue and end up dead. Right.
But I've always made it an issue because you're not going to walk away from my car thinking it's okay for you to just pull me over randomly for nothing.
Right.
At the end of the day, I didn't do anything. At the end of the day, my tags are clean. I got my insurance. There's nothing wrong with me.
My lights are good.
My lights are good. Nothing's missing. I didn't run no lights. I wasn't speeding or any of that shit. So why are you pulling me over?
Right.
That system of white supremacy. Let me tell you what happened at work today. Phone lines blowing up. Can't really tell everybody where I work, but we just have them places.
Y'all, I know where he works.
Phone lines blowing up, right? White folks mad that Motel 6 is not helping the government with ISIS anymore about like illegal immigrants and shit.
Say that again?
Like Motel 6 put out this thing in the media saying that, hey, you know, we're not gonna, because some hotels they have it where if you come in there without license and registration and you illegal, they'll let you register and call the people to come pick you up.
With ICE.
With ICE, you know, the immigration.
Yeah,
people.
okay.
So Motel 6 said, look, we're not doing that no more. Like, we're not going to, you know, if you just need a place to stay, you can come, pay your money, get a place to stay, and leave.
Okay.
Like, we're not doing that no more.
Right.
Phone lines blowing up with
Oh,
complaints.
yeah.
Complaints.
When white people mad about some shit, they will
the
take
white lady
their time.
she said, listen, sir, I am a white woman, and I need you to take my complaint.
Yes.
I almost died laughing. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
I will never miss customer service worlds ever. When white people are angry, they will let you know.
I did not know.
And they will complain to you that they're taking time out of their day to complain about shit that does have anything to do with them. Yeah.
I just want Motel 6 to know. I'm not going to be patronizing their hotels anymore. Like, nigga, you got a house. You probably don't ever go there.
So what do y'all think about the cop that got off in...
Same story, different character.
Another cop that got off.
Same story. Was it St. Louis? Is it St. No, not St. Louis. Is it St. Louis?
It's St. Louis.
St. Louis. Same story, different characters. No, for what was it?
I can't think of his name.
I can't either. But
so basically, the cop just got off. There's a video of the whole thing. The cop says on the video, "I'm gonna kill you," and then shoots him 5 times.
And then this is just the irony.
And then
where
they have a video of the cop going in the back of the cop car, rustling through a bag, and then bringing something back to the guy's car, basically planting a gun.
Yeah. But what's so ironically funny is that the officer here in Atlanta got fired for saying that we kill black people.
Oh, no, he got fired. He said it to a white woman.
Right. But he got fired. You know, he didn't actually do it, but here it is, people who are actually doing it. Y'all say that they need, you know, they need chest cameras, they need this, they need that. Their cars need audio and all this. And you get it, and it's still a non-conviction.
Listen, it's just like with any ism, anything that's oppressing people, the oppressed people can't be the one to change it. It's gonna have to be white people, because like you said, the cop in Cobb County got fired because that white lady went down there and rose hell about it.
Right.
The other cop down there, he's gonna get fucking suspended because that white lady, they locked up the nurse that didn't want to take the blood and shit.
But the reality is we'll never progress because there's too many people who have white privilege and they're not using it for our defense.
They are.
That's just the reality.
They will.
It's not enough. It's not enough of them. It's not enough people using their white privilege for the benefit of us. And then you can say, I love this whole, you know, buy black thing. I love it. I buy black as much as I possibly can. But the reality is we've had an Oklahoma City situation before. We had Black Wall Street and they bombed that shit. That's just the reality of it.
Can't be scared.
Never scared. Never scared. In my mind, I'm a Black Panther. You can't tell me nothing different.
We had to use our black privilege. We have black privilege.
Yeah, but reality is the black community has a lot of psychological assistance that they need, that they don't seek, and that they'll never be cognizant about because they don't understand it's psychological.
Look, mental health in church is what's holding us back. I ain't gonna lie.
Mental health in church.
Mental health in church.
I believe it
Ain't nothing else
wholeheartedly.
holding us back. I had a conversation with my father just the other day. I was trying to explain to him, like, because he was talking about me, my brother, my sister, what's going on and shit. And I was trying to explain to him, like, you know, my sister's, this is going on because I think she needs somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? And I said, in general, it doesn't
have to be a medical
especially when it's a
professional.
young female.
Right.
Anytime she may be lost on her mind a little bit, has nobody to talk to, the reason why she ends up with that bum ass nigga is because that nigga has no job, no car. I can't go nowhere anyways. Let me sit down and listen to you. He's like a little fake ass therapist with no response, just listening. Getting it off your chest makes you feel better, and now, okay, I can move on. And it's because of you, and now you caught up in this dumb shit. And I try to explain that to him, like, you know, mental health is freaking real. Like,
That's a psychological issue.
I said, Pops, you even told me you went through a depression. And you trying to tell me, well, I got out of it because of God.
Well, a lot of
And I
people
was
don't
like-
realize that they're depressed until they stop feeling those depression thoughts and those depression feelings.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't associate the things that they go through as psychological. If you were a broke nigga and you won't let that broke nigga go, it's because you like the fact that someone is dependent on you. You like the fact that nigga ain't going nowhere because you provide for him. That is psychological.
Exactly. And I've had one of my homegirls, fucking around, got a bunch of kids, then told me, then popped up with another one, then told me that's her. She's up here with it. She's like how Tasha. She got a freaking master's, about to get a doctor's, but only mess with dudes down here. And she flat out had just told me one night, like drunk night, just told me like I like
My
them
mom-
down here because what you
My
said.
mom always says that me and my sister, one of my sisters, like playing with broken toys.
Go ahead, Ma. You see that?
Things that we can fix, things that we
Yes.
can
Put back together.
and make it
been
be
accused
what
of
we
that
want it to
myself.
be. Maybe.
See, but
She
the
said
reality
it,
of
she
that
said it for relationships. She said it for friends.
for
But see-
jobs, for
but see,
everything.
The thing is, to me though, the black woman, y'all do that. Y'all do get that magic though. Y'all can fix. Niggas think they can, but y'all can fix. So
I'm not fixing no nigga.
But
I'll
the
put a
thing
little
is,
piece in the puzzle.
You
might
might
have-
not even
you know
go
what I'm
into
saying?
it though. Sometimes you don't realize you're doing it. Like
You don't realize that you're doing
I'm
it
not-
until you
okay.
put them all back together, and then he leave you, and then you be like, "I made you." That's when a lot of women realize that they're doing it.
I'll give
That's
you an
the reality.
example. So like
Deliver some evil.
to me, so I think about when me and Ace started dating. I had quit my job, so I didn't have no income coming in. I was literally living off savings. I was cool though, because
You were enjoying life.
I was enjoying myself. I would be here at the station every day, engineering shows
Well,
when
I
I
was an
want
engineer.
to, going to different events. You know, I was busy. Like, I was having a good time. And when savings started going low, he had my back. He was the one who made sure that I was straight, that there was money coming in. He was working 2 jobs to make sure I didn't run out and, you know, all of that. And so it's funny because
Black
his
man.
dad said to me, he doesn't know this, so if he's listening, he's about to hear it for the first time. His dad said to me,
His dad.
yeah,
Okay.
this weekend, he said, "You saved my son. You were the best thing that ever happened to him."
You gave him something to live for.
But I don't see how, because in a lot of ways, I feel like in that moment when I was about to get to where I needed to find another job or figure it out, he saved me.
You gave him purpose. You don't see
I
that?
was just about, you took the words out of my mouth. You getting that man some purpose.
I need to be a psychologist, but I'm not going through it. That doesn't mean anything. A lot of these men have kids not because they wanted them. Let's be honest. You had kids because your pullout game was right. Now you might love your kids to death, but that's the reality.
I mean, hey, my
That's
kids
the
all love
reality.
them
You
freaking
love your
death.
kids to death. It's
But-
not a lot of men out here who are planning children. Women plan. I'm gonna have kids by the time I'm this age. Niggas is like they come when they come, and however many come, they come.
Yeah,
That's reality.
That girl said purpose.
But you gave him purpose.
Purpose.
You gave him
I'm that type of
purpose.
dude. When I find a good woman I'm with, I fucking have purpose. I be getting up. Like, I mean, I got my kids, and they my purpose initially.
Right.
But then once I get that good woman to it, I be like, shit. overtime.
Let me tell you something my mama always
Sign me up
told
for some
me.
overtime.
And that's funny because he was working 2 jobs, working
You
overtime.
call me an extra job, girl. What you need, girl? What you need?
And did he ever hit you up like, when you gonna find a job, boo? Because look,
Because you working on, because he know you work.
Purpose.
Now, if you was at the crib, you ain't doing shit. Nah, that ain't no more.
But I wasn't.
Exactly, you was moving.
No, I mean I
no,
wasn't.
but you weren't. It's not what he's saying is you weren't serving your womanly purpose. He wasn't coming home to a dirty house. He wasn't coming home hungry.
That's what I'm
There you
saying.
go.
Like,
if
I
you
was
weren't being a
getting up-
woman,
getting up, making breakfast.
he was
packing him a lunch.
fed. You played your part. He played
Cooking
his
dinner.
part.
'Cause I've been
Because
there
there's
and
too
I
many bitches out here.
I lost purpose.
Because even though I wasn't working,
you
like
in the
I
same
still,
goddamn
I would get up every morning. I would make him breakfast.
Oh shit, girl! What? Sign me up for overtime. I got breakfast and lunch.
I would pack him a lunch.
I was from the leftovers from the dinner you didn't cook last night.
No,
You make
I would
something
make
different.
I would make a fresh lunch.
Oh shit!
He had 2 jobs.
3 jobs. Y'all got another job?
He had 2 jobs, so I would get up, make breakfast, and I would make him a lunch for his first job. Then in between his first and his second job, I would give him his lunch for his second job, and then he had dinner when he got home.
Look at that. And since I'm not working, I'm gonna pull up and be like, "Hey, let's go in the back real quick."
And you already know dinner.
Damn.
Dinner.
What? Look
dinner,
what I did. Yes, girl.
Dinner.
He
egg,
said nothing.
Look, dinner. Good loving and it's already rolling. I guess.
Okay. You ain't saying nothing.
Nah, I know I can't roll.
You can't roll?
No, he trying to teach me.
I'll teach you.
Cause you know he smokes Black and Milds, but I really don't like him to smoke. Cause when I first met him, he smoked cigarettes, and I was like, I can't. So he went to Black and Milds, but he doesn't smoke like a Black and Mild. He will take some of the tobacco out and put it in rolling paper and roll the Black and Mild. So he smokes. So one Black and Mild could last him like 3 or 4 smoke sessions.
That nigga ain't buy them. The white folks be buying them little tobacco pouches and shit.
No,
make his own goddamn. You know them old Bugs Bunny commercials? He was smoking cigarettes. Tobacco.
So yeah, so he will roll that. So he like, so lately he's been like, okay, roll me a black. So I will try to bust it and roll it a little bit. They be so loose. It's nice.
Shit, right here.
It sound like
What'd you say, Dro?
It sound like you don't know what you're doing.
I don't. Cause look, I
There are
told him
YouTube videos now.
in my younger days when I smoked, I like used the rollers that you could put the paper in and put the thing in and just roll it and it roll it up tight. That's what I used. So I never had those issues. So I try. At least I try. Like he actually smoked one I rolled this weekend, and I was like, oh, because usually he'd be like,
I
bust that back open.
when I was like 16.
I never had to.
I learned using grab a leaf. That's what we got in Florida.
No
grabbers. Yeah.
Listen, first of all, I used to be the type.
That ain't Jamaican.
Yeah.
See, no. First of all, when I used to smoke by myself, I would take the stuff out of the black and put.
See, but were you like taking it out? Because this is how my homegirl does it. She doesn't break it. She just goes like this until it all falls out, and then she takes the thing and she stuffs it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That's what you, oh no, boy.
Yeah, I was stuffing the black.
No.
And then I had a roller for when I didn't have black, so I would roll in the roller. So I never needed to learn how to roll, because if I didn't have my roller or I didn't have black, somebody with me always rolled. So
dependent smoker.
I know. That's why I stopped.
Because you were dependent.
Yes.
You ain't had nobody roll for you for a while.
Yeah. But I hear our closing song in the background. It's that time, Jazz.
Well, we'll be back next Friday, and I will definitely have the drinks flowing, because the past 2 Fridays, the past 2.5 Fridays.
Yeah, two of that.
The past 2.5 Fridays, because I enjoyed the half of that, that Friday. So I'm definitely going to come with it.
Okay, because we've been off. Our picker has been off.
I'm thinking about bringing a blender in. Like, I think we might go in for it. Look, Joe's like, I might be here Friday.
I know, because look, I was trying to motivate myself after I sent you the video of the mix for my party. But couldn't do it. Well, we got to go. Jazz, tell them how they can follow you on social media.
Don't.
All right. You can follow us at No Filter Fridays, IBNX on Instagram. This is your girl, Miss Poison Ivy, and that's Oh So Jazzy over there. And we'll see you next week, every Friday, 8 to 10 p.m.
Cause tonight we're partying like it's free. Fridays, those are the
IBNX Radio.